Welcome to Your OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony Fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so modern language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you were easily offended, do not watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 67 for June 26th, 2015. This week, we are looking at some Earth ponies, some that truly show the beauty of this world, and some that are nothing more than mud ponies. My name is Modified Thunderbirds. I am the host and show manager. I am joined by
Commander Sparkle, Assistant Project Manager.
Medi Bobo, I'm in charge of gathering questions and viewer interaction.
And I'm Smooth Sailing, and I'm the editor.
Fan art.
I thought you were going to say fantastic. It just
Nope.
Instantly
Fan
popped
art.
in my head.
No, he usually
Touché.
does say fantastic.
Yeah, I know. I applaud you for that.
Emma Larson. I'm one step closer to becoming a princess.
Emma Larson.
Emma Larson.
Emma Larson.
I love that that's a thing. I want that to be like the most popular thing ever.
And then there is a Soviet Smooth.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it took so long for that to happen.
Though that's technically not communism, but
No. But it can be assumed to be a lot of times.
it's the misinterpretation of communism that everyone understands and thinks of.
Yeah.
But it's not actually communism.
Yeah, but Smooth is still the communist of the group.
You know, I agree.
Medi, I'm finding this whole topic very boring.
You're such a fucking cock.
I'm finding this
We got
very
Zodiac
offensive.
things.
I'm just gonna hop away.
Damn it. But we got a lot of stream art, honestly, this week.
Yeah.
Beginning with the Medi Acario. Which, no, I'd rather be Mewtwo, though. And then another stream art is you gotta look him straight in the eyes and say, I'm gonna kill you!
It's so... Right afterwards, I instantly said to him, yeah, you know, that's a good human being. It's a good man who does that. Agreeing with him.
I knew when I saw the new episode with Princess Spike that everybody was going to be comparing My OC to the new pony that showed up with the mustache.
I saw it and I was like, oh hey, there's Mummified.
Yeah, same with me and Medi.
Yeah, hey, look, it's mummified.
Yep.
It's Mummified if he decided to make his mustache the same as his hair.
And then Mummified watched and he look, oh hey, look, it's Mummified. Wait
Wait a second, damn it!
Shit. Well, either way, Fashion Ponies Unite and it looks amazing. But I love the continuation of the theme that is Commander Sparkle and line paper.
It literally
What's the
doesn't
other
die.
one that was made?
It doesn't die.
What was the one picture that we had that literally everybody else was regular, but Commander was drawn
which one?
in like
a lot of them.
no,
Yeah, a few of those.
no, there was a new one that we just
No,
had where
I
it was
mean
like
there were
he
like
was a
two
cutout.
in 1 week.
Yeah, we had 2 in 1 week.
Literally.
There was another one though.
Oh, wait, no,
it
I know
was
which one you're talking about. I can't... Oh, did I not favorite it?
it was like on a black background or whatever. That one was
The
great.
best one was, I'll see if I can find it for you later, Smooth. It's...
Oh yeah, that one.
We're all, like, looking at Commander, and Commander is being painted over with lined paper.
Why didn't you favorite that? That one was beautiful.
I did!
You loser.
I got it! Well, on the off chance that Medi doesn't get it to Smooth in time, we will definitely leave this in and be like, we're trying? Send it again? But we still absolutely love it.
It's beautiful.
So,
Can I just say that I love seeing us gender bent? Or at least me. You guys are like whatever, but like, I'm super cute.
Wow.
So,
Fuck you, Smooth. Fuck you. I don't even give a fuck about you. Your pony looks like shit.
Hooray.
how dare you say that?
I'm saying it out of spite.
So, that is some of the fan art that we received this last week. We love every piece that we always get in, and we always make it a point to show that off. Now, like I said in the intro, we are looking for a little bit we're looking at Earth ponies this week. So we're going to be taking a look at things that are lacking a horn, lacking a wing, and are just regular old ponies. No hybrids, no bats, no alicorns, no nothing. In the meantime, let's move into the good OC. So, with the roll of the die, looks like we get to take a look at what Smooth brought to the party this week. So, Smooth?
Okay. This is Pure Shine. She is the daughter of 2 doctors, and she has a younger brother who, in this sheet, is unnamed, but is important for this backstory of this character, for real quick. Usually her parents were both out at the same time, being doctors, very busy people, so she had to more look after her and her little brother while they were away. Just take care of the household, make sure nothing goes wrong. One time, she was really focused on cooking dinner, and she didn't notice that her little brother had caused absolute mayhem to the house. And when she did notice, oh no. They're going to be back in, oh no, they're going to be back that soon? Well, it's time to go in super overcharge mode. Let's clean the house. So she went full blast, cleaning everything as well as she could in as fast as time as she could. And right when she was doing the finishing touches to get everything absolutely clean, door opens. Oh wow, this place is really tidy. Man, you kept this place in really good shape, Pure Shine. I did? Looks back, notices. Huh. Yeah, I did! I did keep it clean! Cutie mark.
Boom.
Just like that. Boom. And now that she has grown up more, she works as a maid at a hotel in Canterlot. And she lives in a small apartment. Personality, she's incredibly responsible and independent, since she had to be able to look after her brother and stuff. She always just loves being clean and everything being in certain organized order and everything being right. She can suppress this compulsive need, but it makes her feel uncomfortable, almost akin to, or possibly completely akin to, obsessive-compulsive disorder. She pretends to have more of a cold facade personality kind of thing, but so she doesn't really talk all that much, but inside she's more sweet and nice and likes taking care of others, more akin, once again, to how she grew up. Other than that, she likes winter and reading and drinking tea and the cool calmness of silence. Beautiful. Hates disorder, dislikes animals because they're noisy and make everything dirty a lot of times, and hyperactive and noisy ponies. What do you think, guys?
I really like that. I think we get a lot of, I don't know. Well, this may not be true. We see a lot of characters that in their description, they're like, oh, and is a total neat freak. And it's like, that's it. That's as far as it goes. It's really cool to see a character that, is actually good at cleaning, too. It kind of goes a step further and says, yes, this is a clean pony. They like cleaning. They are really good at cleaning.
They are the cleaning.
This is not a mud pony. This is a clean pony.
This is a clean pony.
Exactly.
Yes.
Clean pony,
I like
best
this pony.
Simple, nothing too complicated. Like, it's not like one day she just fucking cleaned an entire mansion without realizing it. It was just like, oh, I cleaned my house.
It definitely feels like sort of down to earth and like if the universe of MLP were to exist, it would flow into and fit into that setting very well without having to really change anything.
The only thing I don't really like is that she pretends to be cold and unapproachable. I feel like that's a it's almost a trope at this point for characters like, oh, they're cold and unapproachable. But when do you get to know them? I just feel like she would, as like maids are usually kind of perky people. At least that's what.
Not all maids.
Not all maids, true. Not the ones that have been doing it for a while. But I feel like it would be more interesting if she was a more perky maid, because it's almost a cliche at this point to be like, oh, an angry maid, I fucking hate my life.
No, it's more of a freaking cliche thing to be a perky maid.
I guess. They're both cliches.
Everything's a cliche.
Nothing
That's
can be
dumb,
right
Betty.
anymore. There is no good answer.
Everything-
The end.
See, it's
Everything's
funny
a cliche.
Hey! A cliche can still make a good character. It's just all about how the character's presented.
Yeah, it's all about writing.
You can write a character that is literally just cliches and make it awesome.
I guess, like, the cold and unapproachable part, I don't like. Like, she could just be not very talkative.
I guess, but I like that. I like that part more because she also loves silence.
I guess.
She likes calmness and complete order, and sometimes other people introduce chaos, and it's just... I guess it's just easier to not have that in. And I kind of like that. Maybe I'm looking into it wrong, but I like that. Now this is a pony who is incredibly cute. Like,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
That little Philly version of her in the corner.
Huh?
Ooh.
So
that cutie
freaking
mark.
cute. That cutie mark.
I love that fucking cutie mark so much.
Good!
It's a fucking
good.
great cutie mark.
It's
That
like
is a really good cutie mark.
the cleanliness of pure water. Ah! It even sparkles, it's so clean. Jeez!
No. Her near. I think that's like pure white.
Very white.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
her
a
coat.
It's not 100% pure white. You can you can slightly tell the
Yeah.
difference between the eye and the coat, but it is very, very white.
Oh man, that is very close.
It's...
And I
yeah,
need to
it's...
look at it from another angle to see the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my real only problem with this entire character, is the coat's a little too close to the eye color. Maybe tone it down just a little bit so it's easier to tell what's eye and what's coat. But I do like to combat that problem how almost all of the eye is outlined for her grown-up
Yes.
Yes.
version.
That is true.
But still, it's
Yes.
it's a little bit hard to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd still say fix it, but what you did to go with it anyway was a very good way of doing it. Or
The
a very
hair is-
effective way.
The hair is lovely. I love
It's
it. Mm.
it's such a good color, and like, it's just like, I love it.
And it blends so well with her tail.
It's good.
It's really well designed. And
I
her
like
maid
it
outfit.
so much.
And her maid outfit looks like a good maid outfit for a pony.
Yeah, like, that is good clothing for this pony.
And that's weird to say.
Like, but no, like, some clothing on ponies look awkward and weird. This clothing looks really nice. I really like it.
Adapted well.
Also, did you guys talk about the fact that she's, like, really super white and she likes to clean, so she's this, like, really clean white color?
No, I didn't.
Did you? Yeah, it was.
But
that's
thank you for saying that, because that is also good. That is good use of colors and what they are thought of, or what thoughts they bring.
Demon.
Do you think this person conceptualized the pony before making the visual parts of the pony? They were like, okay, I want a pony that's really good at cleaning. This is ba 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 with backstory, and then it's like, okay, what does this pony look like afterwards?
It's possible, because this is so well put together. Like, everything goes back to something. It's like well written, and I love it.
It's almost like it's well written.
It's like this character
Smooth
is
really
so well made.
I think Smooth really likes this pony.
You really think?
Well, then, thank you, Smooth, for bringing that on. That is a great pony by a great artist.
Great, amazing.
Great, amazing pony by a great, amazing artist. Wonderful. So, moving on, the Die of Fate rolled a 1, so that means we get to move on to my good OC this week. Hey, Smooth.
Yes.
You remember that one OC that you really absolutely loved, that Cherry Berry OC?
Yes.
That you brought on, like, a bunch of, I think you even brought it back in our, year-end recap?
Yes.
Yeah, well, guess what? I brought on their twin brother. I brought on Blueberry by Mim Kaji, and Blueberry, despite what I first saw when I was going through our DeviantArt thing, I was like, oh, no, it's a guy. Okay. Alright, turn it around. I see it now. It's a dude. Kind of the quiet, but more very prideful twin brother to Cherry Berry that when he was young ended up getting really sick, but slowly that went away. Apparently, quote, he was actually the only pony of his family who was named not after a berry on purpose, but was more named for the color. And then, well, what do you know? After a while, he got his cutie mark in blueberries. He actually, since his mother ran a farm, I believe, that was an actual cherry farm, him getting an actual blueberry cutie mark was a little weird. But after his mother died, he had to go live with his grandfather, and his sister, Cherry, took over the cherry farm, right?
Yes.
Smooth? Yes, okay. But after living with his grandfather on his mother's side for a while, he heard that Cherry was having a hard time with the farm, so he disobeyed his grandfather and went back to help out. And his grandfather was all like, oh, you can't go back, but he's like, why? What's so wrong about following the name your beloved daughter gave to me? And he went back to go help out the cherry farm and all that and whatnot. And I was like, oh, cool. So, his personality is that he is calm, loyal, and level-headed. And he seems to be, out of all of his friends, he's the most sensible one. And even though he used to get sick a lot, he doesn't get sick as much now that he's older. So that's something. He likes calm days, hanging out with friends, sugary sweets, being with his family, and my favorite about this, corny jokes. And I absolutely love that fact of whatever, ponies or OCs like corny jokes. I'm like, haha!
You're like, haha,
yes.
I can talk to you.
And you won't instantly hate me.
But corn is a vegetable, not a fruit. Or a berry.
Corn's not a berry.
No, that's the other twin sibling.
Cornberry.
Cornberry. Ew. That would be gross.
We don't talk about that one.
Please no. So also, he dislikes being outsmarted, activities that he finds unnecessary, being wrong, getting angry, and puzzles or riddles. And like I said, twin to Cherry Berry. So yeah. I probably didn't do this pony justice. I mean, it's a great pony and it looks amazing. But what do you guys think of story and whatnot?
He sounds like he's incredibly wise. Or at least logical at times. Though not liking puzzles kind of confounds me. Because usually people who are incredibly wise love puzzles and riddles.
He may view them as trivial, though.
Ooh.
So he's a pretentious asshole, too.
Well, maybe most puzzles that he isn't confronted with are too easy for
Or
him.
maybe they're just dumb. Like,
He's
yeah,
just
it's like-
surrounded by a bunch
Well,
of idiots.
technically, they're pointless.
yeah, he's like, I don't have time. I don't care. Yes, here's the answer. Guess what? It won't change anyone's lives.
I really like this character. It seems like it's very well fleshed out, so it can be placed into a really great story. So, colors, style, everything like that. What we're saying here is pretty much going to be the exact same thing we said about Cherry Berry, because they are twins. They are literally the exact same colors and whatnot. Except he has blue eyes, where she had, like, what, red eyes? So lovely hair.
I like
flows.
both the loose, flowy hair and the held back in a ponytail hair, which long
Just-
ponytails.
I just wanted
but
to, like,
they're-
pull it out and just be like,
Well, both
What
of
is
them
it?
are just so. It looks very sort of like suave. Isn't quite the word, but that feeling and presentation of himself is kind of what I get from it.
I want hair like that.
I want MK to be like, oh, right into like the story somehow, how it's like, he's attractive but not super attractive, but he doesn't know that he's attractive kind of trope to it, but that's not that.
Or he's
like-
the most attractive person, but he doesn't even realize it and doesn't realize what people are talking about.
No,
That'd be pretty
yeah, because he's pretty gorgeous with that like loose hair, just kind of, or the way it's presented at least, and it's.
kind of
One of these things
kind of
that just like,
anime, almost.
I want him to be like kind of hunky and
Like,
attractive.
can you guys not see the kind of way that
Yeah, I
scene
can
could
see
play
it.
out?
I
Like
can see it.
exactly.
Like him taking the band down.
Yeah, he takes
Oh,
Oh,
like,
sorry, my hair got loose.
and then he like shakes his hair around a little bit.
Are you okay?
The only problem I have with Blueberry is the cutie mark.
Yeah.
Like, I like the cutie mark, and it looks really great, but for some reason, I just don't like the little petals that are just underneath the flower.
I mean, as the specific thing, I don't know if that's the biggest thing I'd complain about, but this character's design is overall very, very simplified. It's very, like almost like kind of minimalist, and like it only has like a couple colors. Doesn't really have some extravagant mane and tail, but the cutie mark has a lot more detail than anything else. Now, given I don't really know how else or they should show like blueberries or
The cutie mark reminds me a lot of like floral tea sets. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I get
white
I get
china
that
tea
feel.
sets, yeah.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that.
And it looks great. Like if this was on the side of a cup, I would totally want that cup set. All of that. Take all of that into mind. We absolutely love this pony. It's a great addition to Smooth's favorite OC, Cherry Berry. Blueberry is a wonderful OC, being able to stand on his own and be the magnificent stallion that he is. We absolutely love it. But moving on from that pony on to the next pony, we're going to move on to Commander Sparkle.
Yeah.
Tell us all about the pony that you brought to the party this week.
Okie doke. This OC is Cosmopolitan, or Cosmo. Age is a bit older than the main six, but younger than the cakes. So in that sort of like age area, like
Like
obviously,
actual adult, but not like old.
yeah, but not like old enough to like have a kid and be settling down really hard. Though
They're like mid to early 20s.
she is married. And
That's a good
yes.
start. That's a good
Yes.
start.
Which also falls in line with the whole age range that this pony is in.
Good for her.
And her husband is named Martini, and the two of them own a bar together, and her talent is bartending. She's a pretty good bartender, as is demonstrated by the fact that she's really like friendly and is a people person, which is a very good trait to have as a bartender. You want to be able to keep people entertained, like make sure that everyone's satisfied, because especially when there's alcohol involved, people or ponies, it gets hard to manage. Is a nice way to put it. Her habits and quirks is that she can't handle seeing people being put down or being upset. And she also doesn't like taking off her headband because her hair is so poofy that it just becomes like a giant fro. Which I think it looks really cute, so I'm not going to complain. Her birthplace is her birthplace is at the Miami Beach, and that's also where she resides. Yeah. She likes partying, candles, citrus, and the color green, which is funny because there's almost no green in her at all. She dislikes candles, mornings, and vegetables. Well, I can agree with some of those things in certain
Oh my
respects.
god.
What?
That's...
Yeah, candles are the worst.
Exactly.
Oh my god. That sort of works for her bartender side, too. Because there are very few drinks that require vegetables. Other than an olive or a cherry onion.
Drinking is more of a nighttime thing, not a morning thing.
Yeah.
Too many hangovers.
God, that's fucking great.
So she was born to her parents, actually, before they were married, and they didn't really realize when the mother got pregnant, and I guess didn't know the due date, and I guess ponies don't have the kind of technology to be able to predict these things. So instead of worrying about that stuff, they were just like, let's do... with the wedding that they were planning on having, because they wanted to get married, they were just like, let's just wait. We'll fucking wait for a while. So then Cosmo was born, and after she was about the age of the CMC, they finally got married in Las Pegasus, which it seems weird that if you've been together for that long, you'd want to go to a place like Las Pegasus to, get married. That's just me. It seems like a kind of like cheap, like cheesy kind of wedding. But
how many bars are in Las Vegas?
They then, I guess, fell in love with a home in Las Pegasus, which is what I'm going to assume, because it says that they then moved there and then began living there. And like you were saying about the fact that there are a lot of bars there, Cosmo's parents both got into sort of the nightlife industry and opened a bar/club that when Cosmo was old enough, she started working there after school to earn bits. Though, since she was working after school, maybe she was still like the age of the CMC. Well, we don't know. Anyways, so thanks to that, she learned how to bartend and knew how to identify stuff and was doing pretty good. But then one day, her parents were so exhausted with all the bartending that they just thought it would be a good idea to leave it to their kid. And they're like, hey, you just handle it. And it actually worked out pretty good. It worked out well. Everyone was satisfied, and she got her cutie mark.
I love the idea of her still being around the age of the CMC at that time. Just be like, hey, well, how you doing, Mac? What can I get you? Oh, it's been a rough one there, Cosmo. You know what I could actually use? Oh, what do you need? Oh, well, I could use a stiff screwball. Oh, okay, we're coming right up there, man.
And then just at the
this little filly,
and throughout the end of the night, no one does anything. And then just as everything's winding down, everyone just looks sober at her. Oh, you're so cute!
I totally can imagine the patrons of the bar being all like, "Why you're so cute?" Because they're all really fucked up, probably.
I really love how everything about this character's story just ties so perfectly together, and that every bit of this pony, I feel that makes perfect sense. That would be what a bartender pony would probably be like, So, yeah, I love it.
Fucking cute. There's just I can't think about a piece of the aesthetic of this pony that I don't like. I'm gonna be really honest.
Floof.
Yeah.
Is anyone else getting a Pinkie Pie vibe?
Kinda. So floof.
Yes, but not in a sort of dumb, that just feels like Pinkie Pie way, but just in the fact that she's very energetic and happy.
She looks like the one who would have 3 different drinks and she'd be like, oh yeah, drink 1 coming up, and she slide it down the table, alright, moving on to drink 2. She's just oh, we got more orders coming
She's
in.
fucking got this shit down pat.
A well veteraned waiting staff.
But yeah,
Multi-job.
I love all of the colors here. They all like work well together. There's no colors that like where the outline is kind of weird and like gives a weird feeling. All of them, the saturation is good. The saturation, if there's any part that it would be a bit oversaturated, would be like the headband / lime thing.
No.
But I think even though
I strongly disagree.
But I don't feel like it detracts from the character at all. And I think that it's not that bad. But
it complements it so well, in my opinion.
I disagree.
Because everything about this is 2 colors. You have all of that peach, all of that red.
It's the fact that it's so saturated. It's not the fact that it's green, it's the fact that it's so saturated.
But that makes it pop so well, and it gives off that high energy. Like, this, I think if it was any brighter, it would, in fact, be too much. But this is so on the point for, like, that perfect green color. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I want more pictures of this pony.
I'd say desaturate the headband quite a bit.
I would
Make
say
it more of a pastel green.
Desaturated a bit, but I don't know. See how a bunch of different like versions work and what you think is the best, because what you think is what matters the most.
But I do like how that headband and the lime and her eyes, to a certain degree as well, share those colors.
Yes. And how they are drastically different than any of the other colors on the pony.
Yeah.
I would also like to mention how we have this issue before in the past, and this pony doesn't suffer this issue. But her tail and her mane, they're perfectly in sync.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, we've had issues in the past where a tail is like, that doesn't fit. Or the mane's like, that doesn't really fit with the tail too well. Now it's like,
yeah. Like
everything is just so perfectly wonderful.
It's
like,
so floof.
This is with how the mane is designed. There are so many OCs that have manes kind of like that just feel super like top heavy because the tail is just kind of like it's there, it's fluffy, but it doesn't really like do very much. That tail takes up like as much space as her entire body, basically.
Yeah, it's good,
and it works. Yeah, I think it really works, and like. Which I find it even... I want to see a picture of her actually without the headband just to see how fluffy her like mane gets because of the fact that it was mentioned that it basically becomes an afro. Or no, it's becomes fro-like.
I like to imagine that when she takes the headband off, it just goes right in front of her face.
Yeah, that's what I kind of imagine too, and I kind of want to see it. It's super cute. All around, like, there is really no problem that I have with this character. I think that, like, everything in the actual description flows together very well to, like make her fit what the talent and occupation it was chosen to be. I think that aesthetically, there's a lot of area was well handled to make sure that all of the colors, like, fit well together and complemented each other, and the like framing of the character itself is really good, and I just like this character. Really good.
Nice. Well, moving on to the final person for the good OCs, so let's take a look at what Medi brought to the party. So, Medi, who did you bring on for good OC?
I brought in Iron Fire by Quillmix.
Quailmix.
Her name is Ironfire, obviously, but she also has a nickname of Clops, which not entirely the best nickname in this fandom, but
that's okay.
she's a very tall mare, as you can tell by this height chart, and that plays into her character a little bit because she's a mare with a kind of a big personality. She is a quite brash and almost unfortunate. They describe it as unfortunately honest. I don't really like the wording of that. I'm just gonna go with brutally honest.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay. And she can also rub ponies the wrong way. But she But this is actually kind of a thing she builds up because she's also a single mother pony.
Oh.
Who works really hard to keep her kid happy. So she comes off to most people in most social circles as tough, sarcastic, and apathetic. But really, deep down, she just likes to keep her kid happy, so she doesn't have time to bullshit with people anymore. She specifically likes showing up stallions, proving herself to others, and seeing her daughter happy, and spending time with her daughter. So usually, spending time with her daughter leads to usually her daughter being happy. She dislikes being looked at differently, such as she's too tall or she's too manly, which both those traits are perfectly fine to me. I don't see anything wrong with those at all. And she is suspicious of other ponies trying to get to know her, because that will play into her backstory a little bit. And she doesn't really like girly things. She doesn't understand why getting her hair done is the thing she has to care about. She mostly works and focuses on her kids. That's her hobbies, really. But besides that, she makes horseshoes. And she dabbles in a little bit of iron sculpting. That's the artsy side of her. That's what she does in her free time when she's not looking after her kid or building horseshoes. But how she got her cutie mark is she was encouraged by her dad, who was a blacksmith of sorts, or an ironsmith, sorry, to create a pair of horseshoes, and she did it, and she put them on by herself, and it was very successful. And she was an unpracticed, and she did it very fast and very well. But basically, as a child growing up, she wasn't very liked because she was a tomboy. And, you know, tomboys usually get picked on the most when it comes to the feminine side. It's a little generic, but whatever. And then one day she just kind of got knocked up as young, and the stallion decided that he didn't want to be a dad, and he fucking left. And so
what a dick.
She had to raise her kid, Iron Sprocket, alone. But she decided to take up, instead of whining, she said, screw it, I'm just going to get my family, and we're all going to raise this kid together. And she's like, I'm not alone, because I got my family. And then she started up a business with her brother, Silver Clips. And it's an interesting little business. It's a dual barber/farrier shop. Is that the right way for saying that?
I believe so.
Farrier. It's people who make horseshoes.
Yeah. The equine hoof care kind of thing.
Yeah. So while her brother, Silver Clips, runs the barber side of the barber/farrier shop, she runs the farrier side, where she makes horseshoes, and people say, man, she's pretty good at her job. I really like her personality. Her very, just screw the world, I'm gonna raise my kid, no one get in my way. And I like how the reason she's usually, like, skeptical of people trying to get to know her is that she was bullied, got to know someone, got knocked up, the guy left. So that's some pretty deep wounds from someone who's not family. It actually plays pretty well into her character. I like it.
It's kind of got a slightly unfortunate, I don't want to go so far to say tragic backstory, but still a good backstory.
Yeah, cool.
That's still...
It's making the best out of a bad situation kind of thing.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Which is character
building,
and I think that it works pretty well.
This OC is very cute. I don't care what I say. I like her.
I wouldn't say cute.
Yeah,
I would
cute
say
isn't
fierce.
I'd say cute.
You have a very strange definition of cute.
Yeah. There's a certain aesthetic beauty toward this, but I don't believe it's cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm not even saying. Yeah, we're not even saying that we don't like how she looks. It's just that's just not what cute is.
She is beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's tough looking as well.
Yeah.
Like I know it's not like she seems she has a little bit of rested bitch face going on right now, which is understandable.
I really like her mane. That's something I like a lot.
Yes, I really like her mane too. How it's like just out there, like, fucking damn it, just gonna put it back with a bandana.
A bandana. Also, that bandana almost does nothing to change the mane at all.
I just gotta put it back with a bandana.
Also, I love the fact of how stringy it is, also carries over to the tail as well.
Yeah.
I just find it funny how her brother, or she owns a shop with her brother who's a, like, barber, and she just doesn't give a fuck. There's not one.
I also really like the size chart they use down there. That she is a mare the size of Big Mac.
Yeah, and Big Mac is gigantic. Oh my goodness.
She
Yeah,
is
she's probably scary.
Yeah.
I imagine all the guys that, like, they probably hear that the shop is run by a woman, and they're probably like, ha ha ha, and they go in and they look up and they're like, ah, don't hurt
I've made a
me.
grave mistake this day.
And I like her cutie mark, even though it's very simple.
Even though it's very simple.
Because it's very simple.
The transparent splotches bug me.
Yeah.
That was a thing I didn't really say about the last OC, but there are a few more transparent splotches in this one, and I'm just like, maybe not.
Not anymore, not with Season 5.
No, we're ignoring Season 5. It's non-canon.
And,
Whatever they say, it's non-canon!
But I also like how her eyes aren't any, like, big, bright color.
It's so muted.
I just love this character. It's really well done.
Her eyelashes are, like, non-existent.
Yes, and I know, and it fits her so well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
It's funny because, technically, people who take care of their eyelashes more actually have shorter eyelashes.
She has, the... What are they called?
Fat
locks.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
And I actually don't mind them here.
Yeah, it makes sense to the character that she is. I still don't like fetlocks on friggin' anyone.
I like it. And that's my final words.